oh, that didn't work the way they wanted to, because they're doing a shit ton more, right? So it's not to diminish what Elden Ring was capable, like what Elden Ring pulled off, but if you compare it to a game that has a lot more going on, you know, that's why, in a sense, it's easier for a game like an open world game like Elden Ring to pull off what they want to pull off, because compared to a lot of other open world games, even like Fallout, for example, they are just doing so much less. And again, can't stress this enough, not to take away from anything Elden Ring accomplished, because they did exactly what they set out to do, and they killed it. And it's a very easy thing for something to pick up. This is the most played FromSoft game, like, ever by a lot, right? And it was a lot of people's first ones, you know? You know how many people pick up on, this game as their very first game? It was kind of my first Dark Souls game, you know? Because there's no story, right? You just, I'm gonna go fight bosses, and then you go fight bosses. It's not like Horizon. I can't imagine how many people haven't grabbed Forbidden West yet because they wanted to beat Horizon 1 first, you know? But that's why I'm trying to think of another example. You know, it's like if you see like Mario Kart, say you see Mario Kart 8 get a 10 out of 10. And I mean, you can't really compare Mario Kart 8 to like The Last of Us. You know what I mean? It's like, well, this game they had to nail like driving mechanics and, you know, your items, and they had to get good level design. And in this game, they had to tell you a story, keep compelling gameplay going, write out a bunch of characters. You know, it's just make that all really good. Tomb Raider is getting announced to be in the works at some point, has me hyped. I need to go back and try Tomb Raiders, man. I played when they first started rebooting Lara Croft games. When they made that Tomb Raider that came out on PS3, I played that game. That was actually one of the first playthroughs I did on YouTube. That was the first playthrough I did on YouTube. 8, 9 years ago at this point, whatever. And I like that game a lot because it played like Uncharted. But then for the sequel, Tomb Raider, it was an Xbox exclusive for a year, and it just fucking killed all hype I had. Because that was before Xbox released their games on PC also. And I was like, well, who the fuck's gonna care about it in a year? And I literally never played any. I haven't played a Tomb Raider since, even though I've heard they're really good. Stuck at a point in Horizon 1 where I don't have enough resources to stock and stack up, and it's a chore I don't want to have to do. You can buy them, I'm pretty sure. But if you can't, it's like, find an area with sticks, you know? Run through and grab sticks. Or just look up the locations of where the things you want are. Fast travel to them and then just literally run through that area for 5 minutes. I never had big issues running out of storage on Horizon 1. But I'm constantly just grabbing shit as I run by it. I don't fast travel a lot in that game. Maybe that's why. I very rarely, if ever, fast travel on Horizon. And so when I'm riding over, I just mash triangle as I go by stuff. Amount of money and everything. I don't know, man. I played through that game on hard and never ran into that problem. I'm not saying you're not valid in what you're doing. It just literally never came up for me. Played the first Tomb Raider and loved it, then found out about 2, bought it on PS. Nice. Yeah. If I did do Tomb Raider, I'd start over from the beginning. They gotta have the remakes or remasters or whatever on PS4. Or PS5 now, whatever. I really hope they start porting more PlayStation games to PC. I want to play Horizon, but no PS5. Horizon 1 is on PC. Those Death Stranding, actually. Those are 2 games. If you didn't get the games when they came out, because you didn't have a PlayStation or whatever, Horizon 1 and Death Stranding are both on PC, and both those games are phenomenal. Love those games to death. Forbidden West ending did not feel like an ending. That's my biggest issue. I haven't seen it, and I don't want to know, but I have to imagine there's a DLC getting announced in 6 months. Because when they dropped Horizon 1, I don't think they necessarily planned on making or having a DLC for it, because they didn't know how well it would do. And then Horizon 1 came out and did phenomenally. They were like, oh, okay, we'll make a DLC. That they didn't really add a lot to the story. They just kind of told a new side story that was the main plot, but boiled down to something smaller, more or less. Right? They barely added anything. However, when they dropped Horizon 2, I promise you they were probably like, yeah, we're definitely going to be making a DLC for this. So, why not make it an important one, right? Knowing Guerrilla, that's so scummy. All right, knowing Guerrilla, I'm going to guess that the thought process wasn't, we have a whole game, let's chop off the ending and then resell it as DLC. I don't think they game freaked it. I don't think they pulled a Nintendo on that one. Knowing Guerrilla, they probably made a whole fucking game, and then they're like, okay, and then this is where this is going to end at, so that way we can make the DLC to add on to it. But no, I don't think continuing a story in DLC in this day and age is necessarily scummy unless you're like deliberately cutting it out. But in this day and age, games having planned life cycles of longer than 6 months is normal. Even single player games. That's been the... That's been how games have worked for at least the last 5 years, probably closer to 10 plus. Is the PlayStation PC a thing now? No, they just partner with Epic Games on a lot of shit. Game feels incomplete, like there's another quarter missing. You said it was 60-hour platinum? Because Horizon 1 was a 50-hour platinum. But you've literally got more game than you got in the original. Pokemon ROM? I think I want to start Light Platinum today. I think it'd be fun. It's getting warm in here. I'm gonna start melting soon. Do I need to? I'll go grab another water before we start. PlayStation Now is streaming PlayStation games to PC? No, not as far as I'm aware. That's not, no. PlayStation Now is streaming old PlayStation games to your PlayStation 5. Or 4. Started working through Radical Red. Radical Red is just... There were some battles where I had a lot of fun, but it is just a fucking chore. What wrong were you thinking? I was thinking Light Platinum. I did one stream of Light Platinum a couple years ago, and then some other games came up, and I didn't do any more. Have you tried out Pokemon Glazed? Yes. If you look on the LP channel, I have a full 72, 78 part Pokemon Glazed playthrough. On the LP. If you're needing something to binge, Lunar Nike, it's from like 5 years ago. My hair's short. I don't have a beard. There is quite a lot. Didn't we do the math? No, because we did the one-shot stream. How long was that? 36 hours? I think there's 36 hours of Pokemon Glazed content on YouTube. I really enjoyed when you played Grape. It was interesting. I liked Grape too, Grape just got a little too complicated. Because they started like 4 different plot lines at one point, and they're not very good at telling you where to go next. And combining that with me not playing that game for a week, so I was a little lost when I came back to it. I wish I would have finished Grape, actually. Amane, when I was talking about this last week, playing a Pokemon ROM, I was honestly toying around the idea of restarting Grape. But I don't know if that would go well right now. Because I want a Gen 1 and Gen 2 ROM hack. But all the good ones are Gen 3 or later. Most of the good ones are Gen 3 or later. I also considered Pokemon Brown, which is an OG. It's like the OG ROM hack for Gen 1. I played Prism? No. Is Prism a sequel to another one? For the ROM hack? I don't remember. Prism is a prequel to Brown? Wait, really? Let me play Light Platinum and get down the road a little bit. Maybe we'll do Prism and then Brown. That'd be funny. Insurgence is really good. What's the other? There's another I one. I just remember there was one that Sacred played that he hated. He said don't ever go anywhere near it. But I remember at the time Insurgence was getting thrown around a lot. This other one was also getting thrown around a lot. They either started with an I or a J. And Nick was very adamant that that one was dog shit. Not Inclement Emerald. There's a J in there somewhere. Oh, fuck. I don't remember the name of it. But it was like, it was really hard, but it was like annoyingly hard. For no reason. So it just didn't. I don't know. For him to hate it is to say a lot, though, I think. Anyway, let me go grab another water. Actually, do I have Light Platinum installed? I don't think I have Light Platinum on this computer. I think I tried it on my old one. I have Base Crystal, Infinite Fusion, Radical Red, 2 Radical Reds, and Grape. Can anybody on Discord get me a proper Pokemon Light Platinum download? Or anything I would need for it? I almost tipped my Jimmy John driver $100. That would have been bad. Yeah, it reminds me of that time I accidentally tipped Omega $1,000 on Twitch instead of the $10 I wanted to tip him. At a point in time when I did not have much more than $1,000 in my bank account and I shat my pants. That was a long time ago. What did you say? I can do this myself if I have to, chat. However, if there's anyone out there who already has... a Pokemon Light Platinum ROM that they can DM to me on Discord, I would appreciate it. And then Omega went to get steak with his brother. No, that's a different story. Those are two different stories. You were there for that? How long you been around, TGZ? Hey, what up, Hunter Killer John? How you doing? Thank you, Amine. Okay, while Amine works on that, I am going to... I'm gonna go grab a water real quick, just so I have another one ready to go. And I'm gonna put this by the sink. Don't forget about it. And when I get back, hopefully we are good to go. Start a little Pokemon Light Platinum tonight. We'll see. And then other than that, I'm just kind of playing it by ear to see if friend group wants to play games or something. I don't know what anybody else's plans are. I haven't checked in with anybody in a while. Got a new layout for it? No, I'll just use the old school. I have a default layout I've kind of been using lately. Hold on. We just use this. Oh, not that one. That's the radical red one. Use this. Why the fuck? That was me checking, that was me checking if the friend group had anything planned. Usually if I go to Cinna's Twitter, I find out a lot more. I just mentioned if the I just mentioned if the friend group had a plan or not. Usually when I'm like, oh, I wonder if the friend group's doing anything, I will literally pull up Cinna's Twitter. Because I shit you not, half the time I'll see a tweet like, hey, we're playing Phasmo tonight, and that's how I find out I'm playing Phasmo tonight. I wish that was a joke. Half the time, no fucking idea what's happening. I'll see a tweet that's like, oh, hey, gang. We're playing Raft or whatever the fuck. And it's like that. And then I'm like, am I playing? And then like, yeah. We plan on you showing up. I was like, oh, you could tell me about it next time. But y'all know how it is. Light Platinum gonna be regular? It's gonna be regular. I don't know how hard Light Platinum is, but I do not like Nuzlocke. I do not like Nuzlocke. Anyway, this is what the layout's gonna look like. I will be white, black. Gonna grab another water. One sec. Need a grazing emote? I think Dotto was genuinely talking about a grazing emote for a minute, so I never pulled the trigger on it. He kind of coined the phrase anyway. Black, White, and Moonstream was an adventure. I saw the tweets, but I couldn't make it out. Oh, shit. Recommendation time, chat, because I'm back on it. Chon. Thank you for the Prime 3 months. Appreciate you. Recommendation time because I've been back on it. I'm about to finish the rewatch because the show is just so short in a good way. Fucking Castlevania. Castlevania on Netflix. Just a heads up, if you haven't seen it, really worth the watch. Oh, T-Shot, I haven't played the Castlevania games. Me neither. Fucking love the show, though. This is probably my 4th or 5th time watching the series, but it's my 2nd time watching it the whole way through. Is Castlevania subbed or dubbed? It's dubbed. It's an American show. Like it's an anime, but it's fucking. This show was made in the States. No point in watching it subbed. The dub's fucking perfect, by the way. Like, that's really it. The dub's literally perfect. Didn't care about Castlevania until I saw the show. It's so fucking good. This is my 2nd time watching it the whole way through. But it's like my 4th or 5th time watching it. And the reason I say that is because it doesn't, but it does. Not necessarily in plotline, but in flow of the show. Castlevania, while being a lot shorter, it's only 32 episodes total, I think. Season 1 is 4 episodes, Season 2 is 8 episodes, and then Seasons 3 and 4 are 10 episodes. 20 to 30 minute episodes a pop, so it's really quick. But not in plot line, but in plot flow, I guess, or just in flow in general. Castlevania, to a lesser extent, does a thing, at least in my opinion, similar to Death Note, where halfway through the series, that shit fucking peaks. And it's not even that seasons 3 and 4 are bad, because I'm rewatching them right now. They're not. They're fine. They're good. I'm glad I'm rewatching them. But that season 2 peak, that peak, the peak fiction that is season 2, episode 7, I usually only go back and watch that one episode. I've done that probably 10 times since I finished the series the first time. I've probably gone back and watched that one episode. Maybe 10 times. Any new show to watch while I work? Yeah. It's 12-ish hours total. The whole series is 12-ish hours. It's 32 episodes. Most of them are 20 minutes a pop. Some of them are 30. Last season's final episode is really good too. Yeah. There's a point. I'm gonna try not to spoil anything. For those of you guys who I'm talking into watching it now. But for those of you guys who have seen it, dog. There's a point. No, you're good, Amine. Don't worry about it. There's a point in season 2. I think it's episode 2. So you're 6 episodes deep into the whole series. And Alucard gives that long, well, it's not really long, but he gives that really nice monologue on Dracula, right? About how Dracula, you know, he's like, all the humans won't be left in the world anymore. He'll cast a shadow over a world of eternal night, you know, as there's no more, he says, the way he delivers it is way cool. He says something along the lines of, as there's no more art or laughter or expressiveness and shit like that. Because he's talking about Dracula. And then at the end he goes, and he will know that he has done all he has done for love. Season 2, episode 7, aka peak fucking fiction. The episode title is called For Love. I noticed that on this rewatch, and that fucking threw me. Because I've watched the episode For Love over and over and over again. It's so fucking... If you haven't watched Castlevania, I'm signing off on it. Don't go into it thinking, oh, T-Shot said this is the best show ever made, so it's going to have to be, because then it will let you down, as will every show ever. Go into it with an open mind. That it, you know, you might not like it, whatever. We'll see. But it's on Netflix, and it is not a long binge, and it is really good. And the animation is top-notch. And the voice acting is top-notch, and you don't have to, like, it's American-made show, so you don't have to worry about sub or dub. It's like, it is there. It is it. Amane, what is this DS program you're talking about? This isn't the Light Platinum. This isn't a Light Platinum remake, right? This is OG. I want OG Light Platinum on the GBA. I don't even want a Light Platinum update unless the update is that much better. If you know more than me on that, because I don't know a lot. But I don't want to do it on DS emulator if I can help it. I was mid on it till I put my whole attention to it. It never disappointed me. There's shit I'm catching on rewatch that I'm like, man.
Back again.
It just does what it does so well. Turn 3, think of the 46 motherfucking months. Appreciate you. You know what I'm finding? Since we're still killing time, Amane's working his magic. I'm in a transitioning phase, chat, of being a very, very, very huge Attack on Titan fanboy into being a very, very, very big JJK fanboy. I don't know if anybody else is going through this with me or not, but that's the, it's basically complete. Like, I haven't seen any of Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2. I'll probably wait for Part 3 to come out before I watch it, because I already know what happens. I read the manga. For me, Attack on Titan ended when I read that last chapter of the manga. I was like, that's fucking it. You know, I will watch the animation when the animation comes out completely, which I thought it would be over by now. But I have, and I still love Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is still probably my favorite piece of media ever, I would say. It's up there. But man, JJK is so fucking good. I've rewatched season 1 of JJK like 3 times now. And I saw the movie. Hey, Canada. Hey, Canada, 70 months. My God. And then, is that 50 cal? Am I saying that right? 50 cal. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate you. I'm under there. TBH AOT was fantastic, but I guess I moved on. I mean, that's kind of where I am. Like, when I read the beginning of the manga, I want to read the JJK manga. I actually just picked up the JJK manga. And not to spoil anything, but I think season 2 of JJK manga is going to start out a little slow. It'll pick up. JJK always does. JJK never stays slow for long, but starts out, at least as far as the manga that I'm reading, starts out a little bit slow, but shit's about to hit the fan where I'm at. It'll be fine. But something I realized is I like JJK and Attack on Titan for extremely different reasons. You know? Attack on Titan felt incredibly unique, right? Like there's not really another show out there like it, right? And the way that I've also never been compelled to watch the next episode. Or I've never wanted more from a series. Like every time an AOT episode ends, I was like, I need the next thing. Even when I started reading the manga, short of the time I was reading the manga when it was in the political arc, actively. Anytime a fucking manga chapter ends, I'm like, oh my God, I need more. Especially through season 1 and 2 of Attack on Titan. It's really, really good with, like, it's an extremely bingeable show because every episode ends, you're like, okay, well, I gotta see the next one. Okay, well, I gotta see the next one. Yeah, not so. I just got past the flashback in JJK. Anyway, for Attack on Titan, like, so it keeps you hooked because you want to find out what happens next, and then when it finally lets you know and it finally shows you what happens next, it fucking delivers. The declaration of war. The declaration of war through fresh squeezed orange juice is actually the best shit I've ever seen. That whole segment is phenomenal. And then I like the ending, the way that they built that, the way that like They keep you hooked on a show that is not even showing you a tenth of what it has to offer through the whole first season. Whole first 25 episodes. It's not showing you a tenth of what it has to offer. It barely shows you more in season 2. And then finally, when they blast the door open, the door fucking flies open, right? Anyway, Attack on Titan is very unique. It plays mind games in a way that other shows just don't. And I have a bunch of reasons that are just very unique to Attack on Titan for why I like Attack on Titan so much. JJK, on the flip side, my new favorite anime, if I'm weaving out, JJK does not really do anything new. JJK does not really do anything different. But everything it does, it just does really, really well. You know what I mean? Like, I think JJK and Demon Slayer are in similar positions where they're both shonen. You know what I mean? Like, they are not quite standard, but they're standard shonen. You know? The animation's solid. I would say Demon Slayer probably looks prettier, but the animation's really solid in both of them. But they are both basic, but JJK specifically for me, some people feel this way about Demon Slayer after having seen all of Demon Slayer that's out and then read the Demon Slayer manga finished. I do not feel this way, but some people do. I feel this way about JJK. JJK, like, it's tied and it's glued to that base, it's basic shonen. So it's got this core, right? That it's not like AOT, because AOT could be fucking anywhere, right? JJK's got this core in basic shonen, but everything it does in season 1 and the movie is just really, really, really good. D-Horn kind of put it like, that's sort of what I'm trying to say, I guess, is that like it's tied to being basic, but as far as basic goes, everything it does in terms of basic for me is damn near perfect. I love almost every single episode of JJK I can go through and be like, yeah, this episode's fucking flames. You know what I mean? Like, when I was rewatching it this last time, it's like, okay, I'm waiting for the sister school challenge between Kyoto and Tokyo high schools. And I forgot the arc that happens before that with Junpei. And I was like, oh yeah, I gotta go through this arc before I get to the high school one. But then the Junpei arc also kicks ass. I don't know. To me, Demon Slayer is also tied to basic in that same form. But Demon Slayer's story is fine. The action in Demon Slayer is fine. I'm not saying that show is carried by animation, but that's definitely what got eyes on it as far as the anime was concerned. That's not the only thing that made it popular, because the manga was incredibly popular for Demon Slayer before the anime came out, but thank you, Amane. Amane, how come one of these files is 60 megabytes and the other one is 6? Oh, the first one was the DS remake. Okay, I got you. Never mind. Demon Slayer 2 was irritating in the pacing because the first season did so much world building. I don't follow what you mean. I liked season 2 so much more than I liked season 1. Season 1 actually felt overhyped to me. I didn't read the manga, obviously. I don't normally read manga, right? So it's weird for me to be on the binge that I'm on, but you know, obviously, like, Attack on Titan is what pulled me out of the hole and made me read manga, really. So, like, I've read Attack on Titan, I've read Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto, and then way back in the day, I read Pokemon Adventures through Chapter Yellow, I think. That was really it. I have since dabbled in, I finished Demon Slayer after I finished Season 2 of the anime. I did finish Demon Slayer because it's just not that long. And it was good. You know, I liked it. And then I just started JJK. And then I've also made it quite far into Twin Star Exorcist, but I dropped off of that for different reasons. But as far as season 2 of Demon Slayer goes, season 1, because like I heard all the hype for season 1 of Demon Slayer. I heard everyone talking about, oh my god, it's so good. Oh my god, it looks so pretty. Oh my god, what a great anime. And I was like, okay, it's gonna be solid. And then I watched season 1, and season 1 was average. I think season 1 was an average. It was slightly above average shonen anime that had very, very, very pretty looking fights with the water flow and shit like that. But I finished season 1 of Demon Slayer. I was like, is that it really? And I drug myself out for whatever reason one day to watch the movie, and I'm glad I did, because the Demon Slayer movie, Mugen Train, was super hype, and it led into season 2, which I think is much better than season 1, personally. Mugen Train into skipping the Mugen Train art of season 2 and then watching the rest of season 2, not including the Mugen Train because I watched the movie on that. I liked all that way more than season 1. Now I'm hooked. Now I'm going to finish the anime out on Demon Slayer, which I was not going to do before after watching season 1 because I was not impressed all that much. As opposed to JJK, which I fell in love with. I also heard a shit ton of hype around JJK, but for me, JJK delivered. Demon Slayer season 1 is really slow in how it goes. It's setting up the world, and then season 2 is so much better because it's picking 1 or 2 points and focusing on it, I guess. But yeah, I think the Prime 68. Rengoku hooked me on the series. Tough. Sorry to hear that. Not that it's not okay to be a Rengoku fan, but like, shucks, you know? Everything working? I haven't tried yet. I'm sure it'll be fine. Let me make a folder for it real quick. And sorry, there's no music right now. I'm meant to be playing a game by now. Got distracted with Weeb Talk. Y'all know me. Extract files. The shit. There we go. Need to folder I made for it. Call it a day. Now we see if Amane just gave me a virus or not. A series I might rewatch kind of soon. I might rewatch. No, I'm waiting for the season 6 part 2 announcement. I want to rewatch JoJo's, like all of JoJo's, but also skipping most of part 3 because my god, why? This is not working. Amane. I'm trying it on Visual Boy Advance though. Hold on, is it one of those weird options? Or I have to change the kilohertz or some shit? Yeah, Amane, I boot this game up into a white screen. No, don't give Amane the hammer. I don't know why it has a date by it. Doesn't make a lot of sense. What is this? Instructions? No, it's just the link to the website Amane got the game from. I mean, the very real Nintendo store he bought this from. Yeah, it can't be VBAM. I bet that's it. I bet it's just got to be VBA. Because they do that with N64 titles too. Aren't there N64 ROM hacks that are N64M or something like that? And they act different. They act weird. Does the M make them more legal or something? I'm seeing a lot more of those pop up and stick around. I don't know what VBA... And you said that and my brain went to like, okay, it's got to be like the N64 thing. I don't know if it's like the N64 thing or not though. I don't know what VBAM is. I just have Visual Boy Advance. I wish Netflix never got part 6. Wait, is Netflix the reason? But it's still David Production doing it though, right? I mean, it's called Visual Boy Advance M. Oh, no, I just have VBA. Not a big JoJo's guy. What do they do with part 6? They just split it up into 2 parts. But they dropped part 6, part 1. They dropped the first half of part 6, and then they just never ever gave us a date for the second half of part 6. So in my brain, I was like, okay, the second half of part 6 will come out soon. I'll just wait till then. And then we never heard any news ever again. And the production shit. Does part 6 look like ass? We know when it's next. Wait. Next fall is in a couple months, or next fall is in a year from a couple months? Second half is coming this year in fall, but we want. There's 3 parts to part 6? It looks fine. Okay, that's good. There's 3 parts to part 6? Oh, never mind. I'm never rewatching JoJo's again. I'm not rewatching JoJo's till 2023, I guess. Speaking of things dropping in 2 parts, though, the final half of the final season of Ozark, pretty sure it's the final season of Ozark, comes out at the end of this month. And then not long after that, we get Stranger Things. The final part of Stranger Things. Which, with Ozark and Stranger Things ending, Netflix is actually going to have to drop some new original content that doesn't suck shit. Because both those shows were carrying for a while. The Attack on Titan, all these parts. Nothing taught me patience in this world like Attack on Titan did. Okay, hear me out. Because if David Productions is still working on it, right? If David Productions is still working on JoJo's, then in theory, Part 2 and 3 of Part 6 should look really good. Because they have all the time in the world for this. Say the bad news is that means what the fuck is happening to Fire Force if JoJo's is so spread out? Isn't Stranger Things getting a season 5, I thought? They just dropped a new trailer today for part 4, and I thought they mentioned a finale, and also, if you looked in that trailer, everything in that trailer looked like it was finale level stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. Dokkan Dad, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Appreciate you. Fire Force probably didn't come until part 6 is done. Oh my god. I'm going to finish season 2 and just pick up the manga Fire Force. Maybe after I finish JJK. JJK manga, that is. Hoping Fire Force stays on Netflix? Why? Didn't we just spend a good minute shit talking Netflix? Finally, my favorite streamer's back. I think I'm here to hang for a minute too. You okay if I send you VBA-M for some reason I can't get it to run on a regular one? No, I should just be able to find this. Because I definitely had Light Platinum working on... Are you patching it weird? Is that what's going on? Are you using a VBA-M patcher instead of a VBA patcher or something? Or instead of a VBA patcher? Changing the save to flash and flash size to 128. I was wondering if it was one of those weird things where I'd have to do that with it. Where do I even do that at? Remember the settings where you do that at, Devin Rosa? There's a sound setting I can change. Change the kilohertz on it. What up, Queso? Options, emulator, game overrides. Save type as flash. I have 512K and I have 1024 or 1024K as my flash size options.
हेलो दोस्तों स्वागत है आपका
I don't know if I trust that one. Weirdly, you guys want to know where the best place to find this shit is? It's, yeah, okay, so you're supposed to patch it. Hold on. I'm grabbing Light Platinum. Now, chat. I, for one, would never tell you guys to pirate games or ROMs or ROM hacks, particularly of Nintendo, who make playing their old games impossible, and you really have no choice but to pirate it if you're going to go that route. I would never tell you to do that, by the way, just a heads up. However, if you were to do that, honest to God, if you were looking for a game like, I don't know, let's say Pokemon Light Platinum, instead of just typing it into Google, didn't like that. The best place you can actually go, typically, is YouTube. YouTube was better when you had likes and dislikes, but typically if you go to YouTube and you look up, you were to type like Pokemon Light Platinum in YouTube, you'll see comments, and if it's a scam, you'll still see comments are like, yo, this gave my shit malware. It works better when likes and dislikes are on. But I find I have a lot more success doing that than I do just typing it into Google. For example, I would never, but if I had, I may have just found this video that gives me the light platinum IPS file I need. Pokemon Ruby version, which is the pirating that you shouldn't do. Visual Boy Advance, you would need to run it, and the actual Lunar IPS patching service. Because in case you guys don't know how a lot of these ROM hacks work, how the ROM hacks stay legal and don't get taken down by Nintendo. LT Captain V2 thing for 6 months. How the ROM hacks stay legal and don't get taken down by Nintendo is they don't release. How do I put this? The way that they compile the game before they distribute it, right? The way that they compile the ROM hack before they distribute it is they base the game around, like this one's based around Pokemon Ruby, for example. So they mod and alter the game Pokemon Ruby. But then when they compile the game without Pokemon Ruby in it. So it'll be an empty shell of a game that might not even turn on. But that's the file they send to you, right? The file they send to you is the one without any Pokemon Ruby stuff in it. So again, it's a shell of a game that might not even turn on, and if it did, it wouldn't work, right? But if you have your own copy, if you have your own fresh copy of Pokemon Ruby that hasn't been modified, and you can bring that in, then all you do is run it through an fucking IPS, and it essentially fuses the two games. They can distribute a game because it technically doesn't have any Nintendo property in it, because they removed all that before they compiled it, and then you re-add it on your end. So you have to get a hold of the Ruby ROM legally, or however you want to do it. But then that takes the weight off them, and that's something that keeps them from getting shut down by Nintendo. I had all that. I just forgot I could do that because I had to do that for Radical Red. Sorry for the confusion. Okay, now Amine, if you're still up for it, if you want to do that for me, so I don't have to sit here and fumble through the files right now, I would appreciate it. But if not, I can do it. It'll take like 5 minutes. I'll even link you the goods if you want the goods. And in that chat, let's not share pirating sites in here. The heads up. It might be fine to do that in the Discord if you guys are in the Discord, but not here in Twitch chat. I was just giving you guys hypotheticals a minute ago. That wasn't to open the fucking floodgates. Wanna watch a Moon video while we wait? I'm afraid to watch a Moon video after that last Afro Moon video I watched. Do you want me to delete those messages? No, I put a lid on it. It should be fine. Should be fine. I have a patch link. No. I have all the links I need. I'm gonna let Amina handle it because he has all the stuff he needs to. What else happened? Anything else happened in the last 5 days? Olaf got a rework? Damn. I never really played Olaf. Maybe I'll like it. Oh, did y'all see that baseball player with the paddy wagon? Some say it's still shaking to this day. You guys see this? This shit's recent. My God, you'd have thought ZZ Toasty was out there. You see this?
Doc, start here for the...
What a fucking beanball.
Was never able to get that
Rays.
He just was.
Did you hear the bump? No, they added a bump.
Here for the Rays.
Hold on, wait. Did you? No, no, no. They added a bump. No, 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 no. Tell me they did not quietly add the smallest little dunk. That's gotta be added in post. That wasn't a real sound.
The Rays.
You heard the little bump? They did not quietly add a little bump in post. There's no way.
Start here for the Rays.
You heard the little bounce?
He just was never able to get that hand out in front.
Doc start here for the Rays.
What's crazy is the
He just
other
was
cheek.
never- He
Anyway. What's this one? Well, now I wish I hadn't. Okay. Anyway. That happened. That happened this morning. Just so we were talking about stuff. Talking about, you know, recent stuff. Dotto finally uploaded. Time to prank him. Oh, yeah. Dotto hadn't uploaded in like 6 days. And we were talking about it. I was in call with him and Cinna. And I made that meme. I put the little thing on that meme. Gonna prank Dotto Doya when he uploads his next video. And then I was like, oh yeah, I should double check. I was like, Dotto, you're good, right? You haven't uploaded in like 5 or 6 days. What's going on? He's like, oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm just waiting on thumbnails and stuff. I was like, oh, okay, good. And then I fucking hit him with the meme on Twitter. Roman isn't out? What are you talking about? What up, Dirkless? I'm gonna make a tweet. I don't know how far into light platinum we're gonna get before the weather may or may not blow my power out. Just let it be noted, if my power goes out once, even one time, because it's supposed to be really nasty windy today, I will not come back. Just a heads up. And if any of you are still here, if and when my power does go out, just tell everyone he said if it goes out once, he's not coming back, because my weather is supposed to go from bad to worse really soon. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mark, I did see that. I watched the Raw after Mania and SmackDown after Mania were both extremely lackluster as far as after Manias go. What do you think of Edge as a wrestler over his career? Was it Edge was a top 3 for me. Even as far as active wrestlers went, my favorites were Shawn Michaels at the time, Chris Jericho, and Edge. Shawn Michaels was my favorite. I think I liked Edge second, and then Chris Jericho. Those were like my dudes for a while. I think the Usos will unify the tag titles. I do. Wind been a whole bitch lately? Yeah, it's... Weather's just all over the place. Weather's so nuts. Because we haven't really had spring. We've had a constant, like, and we're not going to, I don't think, in Kansas. We've had a constant fluctuation of it will be really cold, like below 50 degrees. And then it will come in and it will get really hot for exactly one day. And by really hot, I don't mean really hot, but it'll get hot for exactly one day, where it'll hit 80s for one day. But the weather change is so drastic because it's going from being 30, 40 degrees at nighttime, sometimes 20 degrees at nighttime, to 80 in the day. And because that weather change is so drastic temperature-wise, it always brings storms in. So it'll get hot for one day, and then storms come in. And cool everything off right away. Then it rains and it gets cold again, and it just goes right back down. I really liked Sean until I met him in person. I met Sean in person once. He seemed like a nice guy. There wasn't anything wrong with him. I mean, you know, he was nice as could be. I actually asked him advice on some stuff, and he gave me very solid, you know, felt very sincere. I don't know what your experience meeting Sean